All right, so now let's get into the semaglutide Adwords campaign here. So we're going to get in through the software first. You may have already know this process, but in case somebody didn't watch it from the beginning, I'm just going to run through it again. So as you come into the sites in the software, let's go to your semaglutide funnel landing page. And the first thing we just always want to do is making sure click it. There's going to get you your link, which is going to open that. We always want to just double check to make sure that the tracking code is in there real quick. So sometimes you didn't save it. So here's your settings to the tracking code. There's a tag there, all good. Cancel key, making sure that you updated your, overrid the process and put your actual address and phone number or the call tracking number in here, that it's done. So you may want to take a look at it. Everything's updated in here, your about us and all this stuff that you've converted from the original, the default template that we supplied you with. So there, that's all good. Go to that one. Do the same thing for, thank you page as well. And then, the thank you page, just go to the same process, go to the edit, check your code because your code needs to be in both of those. So just get that going. And then now you're ready to open up that link. We already have the page here, which we're going to need for the Google ad. And then get to the spreadsheet that where you can download. So then we can go to semaglutide. There's a tab there. And this one is real simple. There's not a lot of keywords, and we'll show you the search terms in it. These really triggered. You can put more keywords, but as we mentioned, they and obviously here's the offer. We kind of like to get this stuff together first. In here, you can obviously your price, whatever. You can put your business name, so you can have all this ready to go. Actually, we have it here, so you can just edit it here. We're going to fill in more campaigns in here, so you can know the keywords, but they're pretty much going to be the same. You're just going to keep swapping out the keywords as we go through, and just kind of the root word. So let's go through here. Let's set this one up. Let's go into the account. Okay, so now we're in the Google AdWords account. You're logged in. We've already did the tracking code, so now let's just go to the campaigns section with the home. That's one I always kind of go for to start. The existing treatments, and then you're going to add the plus for new campaign. And then we're going to do website traffic to start. As I mentioned, we always kind of start with traffic, always kind of start with search. So it collects some data. These ones are, Google will start using them, but we're really focused on search here. So, and you really want to stick to the keywords you're really related to. So don't try to overcomplicate it here. Just focus for clicks. We always start with clicks, as I mentioned probably in the one before, but in case somebody didn't do it. Later on, since we've got the conversion tracking, once we get about 40 or 50 conversions in here, then you can switch to, I would say, changes to conversions then. And then after that, from conversions, then you can send it to a target CPA where it lets you enter an amount. So here, if you were into conversions, you could set a target cost per action and say you want it to be $50 is what your target is. Then that's where Google will try to get that lead value to whatever it is. And actually more expensive treatments, they'll usually the higher CPA in there. So, but for now, we like to just kind of stick it at clicks for now, just to get some data in there. And then undo these as well until when you go to target CPA or the other one's conversions, then you can turn that on, and then because then they'll be monitoring that. Your location, and then we're going to do advanced search. Radius. Radius, always my rule of thumb, which you've probably heard in some of the other videos, really depends on the treatment. So some people will say, oh, I got somebody that'll drive they come from this town. It doesn't mean that's where you want to spend your money at. So if it's something like this, the weight loss, I kind of would stick it to 10 miles, depending on the area, maybe 15 miles if it's a smaller rural town. Busier town, it's just think traffic. So kind of my thing, just think out how far would somebody drive for that treatment. There could be a laser hair removal place, and Botox places within that are very close. So the more unique the treatment, the further out you can go. So we'll just do that for 10 miles for right now. And let's just put in And sometimes it comes up and sometimes it doesn't. There it is. Right there. And then you can adjust it. If you see you want to reach out, then so there's that right there. So then save. We've got that. And then languages, just leave it English. If they'll set their settings, the person will set if they want a different language. And then here's where you put, we're going to do the keywords. And here was the spreadsheet here. So, and then we're just going to kind of go from there. This here, paste, go through. Then we're going to need a final URL in here, which is our link right here. Paste that in. Now, these are pretty much keywords or suggestions, which we have pretty much. So here's your headline. So we can, everything's here. You're just going to go one. You're just going to kind of do the step by step. Transfer them over. Wish there's a way to do these all at once, but there's not. And obviously you've gone through and updated this with your company name. Let's just do this. Let me that. Grab that. Bear with me here. I don't want to pause because some people will turn their head and miss something. Otherwise, so I'm just going to keep it, let it run here for a second. And then, so you've got the headlines. And again, you can always pin one of these. I always like to say to pin the first main one that we use. You can hit that pin and then select number one. So that'll always be in the number one spot. Google system is going to rotate these around to how they see fit. Obviously, I didn't change the names because it's just for the process here. And then here's a description 1, 2. So we're going to, there's description. It's up to 4, but do at least, you got to do at least 2. All right, so now we've got that. Since we're using a landing page, there's no word site links you can use. You can do one of them could be a phone number. You can put the phone number in there. You can set that up. But since there's no other links, since it's a one-page landing page, there's no other links. If you were using your website, then you can put links to other sections of your website for other treatments or stuff. But since we're not using a website, we're using a landing page. And then here it's going to give you a recommended budget. You can set a custom budget to what you want. This is really goes, I always say start around 30 or, maybe start around $40. You can set $20, whatever it is that you want in here. Once you get started, you start. If it's doing good, then you can increase it. And then it's ready to publish. And then you just hit publish. This is a trial campaign, a test campaign, so I really don't want to go live. So then you just hit publish campaign, and then it's going to go into the review process. All right, so let's go put another one of these together.